All right, ladies and gentlemen, making this video for James Grimsey. He left a comment saying, "You didn't do that hammer no favors except making it easy for the next guy to fix it right." Well, buddy, I fixed it for me, not for anybody, not for the next guy. My tools, my rules. I really didn't like your comment. I left the pitting in this hammer. There's no need to take it off. There's no need to make an art piece out of it. I used a piece of pine. If it does come loose, I'll repair it. I'll put a new handle. I saved the old handle. I like this hammer. My tools, my rules. On top of that, if you didn't like it, don't watch the video. That simple, real easy. If you subscribe, unsubscribe. I'm not being pissy, I just don't like your comment. And you know, there's guys out there, you guys that leave comments, Victor Salas and Gilbert Garza, and you guys left me a comment on the wrench. I learned something from that. I was appreciative of it. I got your names written down because I thought that was pretty cool. You pointed out I made a mistake, and it took me a while to figure it out, but I tried. I fixed it finally on that wrench, that ratchet, and I appreciate that. That, you know, I like criticism like that, but just being mean, no. The next guy's not gonna fix this. This hammer, I have one daughter. She's gonna inherit everything I own. She can do whatever she wants with it when she gets it. Otherwise, I'm gonna use this for the rest of my life. I make tools, clean tools, do whatever for me to use as I see fit. You can see fit not to watch my videos. And then while we're on that subject of hammers, I'll show you what else I've done. This is an old S-Wing. It's been sit out. It's hard. This rubber's hard as a rock. I couldn't get the color to come back on it, but I cleaned it up. It's got some pitting too. I wanted to show you some more pitting. Just show you some more. Maybe you might not like this hammer too. I polished it. I mean, I didn't do the best. It's got a smooth face. It's not a waffle like my 28 ounce, but it's a good use of hammer. I probably got $1 in this hammer, which to me, that's a good deal. This hammer here was given to me by my wife and daughter years ago. It was in the fire. I restored it by making my own handle. Look at there, wooden handle. It's epoxied, and I pinned it. I pinned it through the metal, which was difficult. Trust me, this metal is not easy to drill through. And I made it to fit me. It's a 28 ounce hammer. You use this hammer, you know you're swinging a hammer, ladies and gentlemen. This hammer, it's heavy. It'll hurt your forearm after a while. But I'm used to a 28 ounce hammer. That's what I use. That's what I've used in the past. I don't hammer things as much as I used to, but this sentimental value, and I brought it back. And I designed the handle for myself. You see that? That bulge right there? That's grip. That has a grip right there. That's the perfect spot for me. I think all hammers should be designed for the individual that's going to use it. I know a lot of hammers, most hammers are made for, you know, the general population. But I made that, I sanded it. It's a little rough. I mean, it's smooth, but it's got a little, I don't know, flat spots. It's hard to sand it real smooth, but I like it. It's my hammer. You probably won't like this one either, but you know, it's my hammer. Then again, my tools, my rules. All right, here we go. This is another S-Wing I fixed. I just painted this, you know, a flat, or it's actually a hammered gray. And I've used this hammer, as you can tell. It's got some use on it now. And I brought the color back, and it's still a little hard, but not as bad as the other Estwing. I like this hammer. It's got some good hit to it. Here I got this hammer here is an old wallboard sheetrock hammer. I cleaned it up. I put a little red on it just for the heck of it. It's mine. You probably won't like this one either because I left a lot of the dents and dings and, you know, character. Someone used this hammer. I wish it could tell a history. You know, someone's marked it, they were playing one day probably at lunch and just carved a couple little things in it. Yeah, it's not perfect, you know. The finish, I just stained it and left it smooth. I like that. It's not perfect, but I use every tool you see here. I use tools for me make me money or save me money. It's that simple. This hammer, look at there. I left this hammer alone. I like the feel. I cleaned the handle. That's all I did to it when I got it. I bought this from the pawn shop. The feel of the handle on it. You know, he took this handle, whoever did this, took the head, did a good job of setting it, and took a hammer off of it and put this head on it. I like this. This has got character. Someone actually used this. Look at that. You won't like this one either. It's got dins and dings. It's a little deformed. It's a good hammer though. Still works. Just like, oh my goodness, just like this hammer. It still works. Even though it's deformed a little bit. It's got a weld spot on it. I'm sure that's a weld spot. I'm pretty sure. Still looks good. It's a long handle on it. It gives you a little extra oomph in. If you've never used a hammer, that's, you know, the little extra length is real nice to have. This hammer. I've used this hammer too. Not a whole lot. It's an old Stanley, made in USA. What is it? 12 ounce? Yeah, 12 ounce. I mean, I played with it. I shellacked it. Stained it and shellacked it. I should have just left it alone. I like the feel of just the bare wood, just a stained wood. Actually, this feels really good compared to this one. Don't use this ball peen much, but it's a nice one. Oh, here's one. You won't like this one either. I left the top. All I did was shim it with some wood, but this is not a heavy swinging hammer. You don't really need to put a metal shim in there. I don't like curved claw hammers. I like straight claws, just me particular. I cut the handle down. This was another different hammer. I cut the handle down and fit it. But this is just for tacking, you know, little nails in wallboard, sheetrock, tacking in some small soft wood. It's a shorty. Look, shorty little handle. I'm sure you won't like that one either. But, you know, I'm giving you things that you may not like so you can see, you know, what the difference is and you might not like. Oh, here, this is a Blue Point hammer. I really like this hammer personally. There again, this tells a story. Look at there. Someone used that and notched it, probably for identification. It's got some burn in it. I didn't do anything to this one except for clean up the handle. Now, I put 2 shims in this one. You probably won't like this one either. But it's a Blue Point. It's an older one, older version. I put a little red on it just for my liking. But then again, my tools, my rules. So, you know, cheap hammer. I probably got $1 in this maybe. I use this one a lot. I like the stubby short handle. I know a friend of mine who's a blacksmith, and he loves shorter handles. He has a couple of bigger ones that have a long, kind of like this one that you didn't like. He's a blacksmith and he likes this hammer. So I guess you're outvoted there, buddy. But anyways, a cheap little hammer, nothing fancy, and it's not, you know, it's not an art. I don't bring my tools back to art form. I bring my tools back. When I buy a tool, I use the tool. That's the reason I buy tools, to use them, not to hang on a wall and be trophies. Oh, here, you won't like this one. This was made by someone probably in a shop class, or someone had some extra time on a lathe and just threaded a solid chunk of steel. He milled it down, welded a rod to it, and then of course I epoxied a handle because there was no handle on it, and I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it. I screwed, if you watch the video on this one, which I hope you don't, I screwed up in the beginning. I had to redo it, but that's all right. I show my mistakes in my videos. I don't mind. My videos are kind of long too because I suck at editing. But you know, this hammer you won't like. It's not a piece of art. It's not brand new. It's not a wall trophy. So, you know, just let you look. Oh, here's a nice little, this is another little Blue Point. And I bought some wooden handles. I could not find a handle to work. So this one's kind of long. But I've actually used this a little bit. You can see a little use on it. It doesn't have a lot of weight, but you know, you use a hammer for the job that you need it for. If you're knocking rotors off of an old Dodge pickup truck that's been on gravel roads for 100,000 miles, that's what you beat it off with. This, if you're just taking a piece of aluminum and trying to bend it just a little piece and trying to form it, yeah, right here, just a little, you would not want to use this. But then again, I don't know, you may not understand what, you know, fixing a hammer right. I don't know what you mean by that, except for, I guess I left pitting on this. The handle may be too long. I don't know. But anyways, please don't watch any more of my videos. I don't like your comments. You know, Branded, Ray, Kiwi Proud, Harold Baker, Tony 1721, London Crow, I think that's how it's pronounced. There's a gentleman by Glenn Grossnickel. I believe that's how you pronounce it, because that's how I know someone pronounced theirs. He used to work in a facility like mine. I hope you're feeling well. You know, got Darren Armstead, Alan Mitchell. Hey, Alan. Give a shout out to Alan. Chuck Small, Robert Rollins, you know, Bernard. I can't spell your last or say your last name. I hate ruining person's last name because my name's foreign, so it's rough to say. Pennywise, Don S. Don S. owns a body shop, or auto shop, excuse me. I hate to say that, auto shop. He's got tools. I'm sure that he's beat up and dinged, and I bet he's got a hammer. It's probably got a loose head on it. So anyways, he's giving me some comments and stuff, and I like these guys that leave me comments that I can learn something from. Shadow Knight, Timothy Messina, Barry Hunt, hey buddy, and Sparky 415, you know, and back to like Victor and Gilbert. Those two guys pointed out I made a mistake on my ratchet when I was working on it. And at first I didn't think so. So I went back and looked at my video, and then I went back and he gave me a guy to go look at his video, and it took me twice to watch that video before I caught my mistake. But I learned something from it. That was cool. Those two guys, that was pretty good. I mean, but quoting what you wrote was, James, was you did that hammer no favors except making it easier for the next guy to fix it right. Man, I sure like my hammer. And there ain't gonna be a next guy, because my daughter will inherit everything I own. That is in stone. And you know, I like my hammer. And all my hammers that I've repaired, every one of them, especially this one, and I'm sure you won't like this one. This has got a wooden handle. Try swinging this 28-ounce hammer. Try hitting a 16 penny nails, a couple hundred of them with this. That makes your hand, buddy. Yeah, you won't like this one. But I'm sounding a little sarcastic, which I am. I enjoy it, but you know, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hammers. And I guarantee you I got less than 10 bucks in all my hammers here. And this is just a small collection of hammers that I have. But, you know, since you didn't like it, I thought I'd post this video as a rebuttal, I guess. And please, if you are a subscriber, unsubscribe. And also, don't watch any more of my videos. Go find someone else that there's guys out there on YouTube that works art, and I've watched some of their videos, and they are beautiful hammers, and things they do are really awesome. That's not me. My name is DJ. That is a legal name. 2 initials. FBI knows me by that name. So these are my tools. I cleaned them up, and I have specific purpose for each one of these. So I don't know. I guess I'm done rambling. Don't watch my video, buddy. I appreciate it. The rest of you guys, I really appreciate the comments. Sometimes I have a hard time getting back, because right now this time of year I'm working 15-hour days, and sometimes it takes me a while to get to your comments. I really appreciate the guys that do comment. I think it's awesome. I consider you guys friends, because that's cool. You guys take your time to watch my video. You know, some of my videos are long, I understand. Editing skills suck, and plus I hate cutting something out that somebody might be able to use. You know, there's videos, there's guys out there to make a video, it's 10-15 minutes. They leave out parts that I want to see. So you can fast forward through my video. My videos let you know that I have monetized my channel when I first started, but I ain't made no money, because you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can even make any money. Well, it'll take me 2 years to get to that point. But it's kind of cool now, because I get to communicate with you guys, like Branded, Kiwi Proud, you know, Tony, Mr. Grossnickel. I mean, or Grossnickel. I believe it's spelled or sounded Grossnickel, because that's someone I know that way. But Don S, man, you guys, that's cool. You guys comment on my videos, which that's awesome. Damn, I'm rambling again. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna post this in just a few moments. And y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy the 4th of July. I know I will. I got my citizenship in 1969. I am proud. No, excuse me, 1979, November 11th. Proud to be an American. So, I enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening and have fun.